What really makes a classy woman? The truth is that anybody can embody this energy if they choose to. It's not something that you're born with, it's something that you cultivate through small intentional habits. And these little habits can completely transform the way you carry yourself. Anybody can embody classy and elegant energy. And in today's video, I'm gonna tell you exactly how. Hey friend, welcome back. If you're new here, my name's Jillz and I help women step into their power, tap into their divine feminine, and become their best self, live their dream life. So if that's something you want to do, you should subscribe and stick around. And in case you want more from me besides just my YouTube videos, you can check out my deep dive feminine energy course or any of my other digital products. They are always linked down below. The first habit of classy women is that they have impeccable grooming. Elegance starts with how you care for yourself, and oftentimes it shows up in the small details, like what do your hands look like? Are your nails clean? It doesn't mean that you have to have them painted all the time, but are they clean? Is your skin at least clean? Is your hair freshly washed? Is your breath stinky or does it smell nice? Like, these are all subtle things, but they leave a big impression. When you're well groomed, you naturally feel more confident. It just affects how you carry yourself and how you speak and how you interact with others and the energy that you show up with. It's not just about how others perceive you, it's about how you make yourself feel, right? So taking care of your hair, washing it regularly, getting it trimmed regularly, taking care of your skin, taking care of your hands and nails, taking care of your eyebrows. To be elegant, you don't have to be glamorous every single day. It's just about setting a baseline of care for yourself every single day and looking relatively polished and clean every single day. It's the little things that you do consistently that create an overall elegant presence. Even in more casual settings, like you're running to the grocery store to pick up a few things or going to the gym. Again, you do not have to be glam. It's just about being neat and put together, being clean and tidy, being polished. It's not about being perfect. It's about taking what you have and being polished with that. Habit number 2, classy women and elegant women, they dress with intention and they dress well. The reality is that your outfit speaks before you do, and people are always judging you within like the first few seconds of them meeting you. And they do that based off of what you wear, what you look like, and also your body language in those first few seconds. But your outfit makes an impression and it communicates to people who you are. It communicates your confidence, your elegance, your attention to detail, and how much you value and respect yourself. When you put effort into your appearance, people subconsciously pick up on that and they start to perceive you and treat you differently, right? Like, we're always telling people how to treat us. So when we treat ourselves well, people are more likely to mirror that energy back to you. It's just the reality that when you show up more elegant and more polished and more put together, people treat you differently and they tend to treat you with more respect. So dressing well and dressing elegantly can mean a lot of different things, and I still think it's important to like play with your own style and what you love. But I do think that just making sure your clothes are well cared for, that they are steamed or ironed, they don't have a bunch of wrinkles in them, that they're not falling apart or you mess them up in the wash and then they look all weird. And I think an elegant woman also values at least a little bit of modesty. Now, I'm not going to tell you how to dress, but one little trick that I like to do is if I am wearing something small on bottom, meaning I'm wearing something that shows a lot of skin on the bottom, like a mini skirt, then I like to balance that out with something big on top that basically is just a little bit more coverage. Whereas in the opposite way, if I'm wearing something small on top that shows a lot of skin, then I like to wear something on the bottom that's big, that shows not as much skin, right? So maybe like a cool pair of pants or a maxi skirt. And I think following this approach can make you just look a little bit more elegant because you maintain a little bit more modesty and a little bit more balance. And another thing is just making sure like bra straps aren't showing or things aren't accidentally coming out. Like even with this top, I love this cardigan and the way that it looks, how I have this like deep V here without a shirt, but I have sticky tape here so that nothing is gonna show, it's not gonna come open, it's secure. But for a more visual example, I would say this is not a very elegant outfit, but this is a very elegant outfit. This is not very elegant, this is more elegant. This is not that classy, and this is more classy. And when it comes to dressing well and dressing with intention, the fabric matters more than you think, right? So buying clothes that actually have nice, high quality fabric, not just the really cheap like plastic stuff, but like high quality silk and cashmere and wool. They instantly elevate your outfit and make you feel more elegant and more luxurious, and they tend to last a while too, as long as they are well cared for, that is. And when you wear nice fabrics, you just carry yourself with more confidence. This is why I love brands like LilySilk, who is kindly sponsoring sponsoring today's video. LilySilk makes it easy to invest in timeless, high-quality pieces without the designer price tag. Their silks and knits are versatile, elegant, and perfect for building a wardrobe that feels luxe but also practical. Now, not all silk is created equal. They only use 100% natural premium mulberry silk, which is often called the queen of fibers. The fabric is completely natural, breathable, and OEKO-TEX certified, which means it's free from harmful chemicals. Unlike satin or cotton, silk is actually temperature regulating and it's just so gentle on your skin, so it's perfect for being out and about, or it's also great for sleeping. It's a fabric that feels as good as it looks, and it instantly elevates your confidence and your elegance. Another standout fabric they use is Mongolian cashmere, which is often referred to as soft gold. Their cashmere is sourced ethically and is incredibly lightweight, breathable, so comfy, so soft. And they also offer wool cashmere blends, which are a bit more structured, but still so soft and skin friendly. This range of fabrics gives you options for every occasion, from cozy lounge days to refined, polished looks. They also aim for zero waste and even use the leftover fabrics to create things like scrunchies and eye masks. Now, let me show you a few pieces that I have been loving. First is this water ripple cashmere cardigan. It's so versatile. It's lightweight yet warm with a subtle texture that adds elegance to any outfit. Next, these navy blue silk trousers. They are made from 40 Momme silk, which is basically a thicker, more durable silk. They're wrinkle resistant, flowy, and flattering with their straight cut design. I'm also obsessed with this baby cashmere cable knit sweater. I'm wearing it in the color camel. Because it's baby cashmere, it's softer and finer than regular cashmere, making it the ultimate in comfort and luxury. And I paired this with their silk maxi skirt with a flare hem. I love this skirt. It's just so beautiful. It features double-faced charmeuse silk for a glossy, luxurious finish inside and out. Lastly, this lounge wrap knit cardigan blends cashmere and silk for the ultimate soft, breathable, cozy feel, perfect for out and about or just relaxing at home. LilySilk's commitment to high-quality fabrics not only makes their pieces luxurious, but also just makes you feel so much more confident, elegant, luxurious. It just feels good. So if you're ready to elevate your wardrobe, you can check out LilySilk and all the things that I'm wearing. You can use my code Jillz20 for 20% off, or my code Jillz25 for 25% off if you spend over $480. And all the products that I'm wearing are linked down below in case you want to check them out. Now, moving on, habit number 3. This is probably the most important of them all, and this has nothing to do with how you look, but this is so important. Classy women have emotional poise and grace under conflict. Emotional poise is one of the clearest signs of elegance and class, and it means staying calm and grounded even when emotions start running high, even if someone is trying to provoke you. When you lose control, whether you're yelling or snapping at someone or just reacting impulsively, it immediately lowers the energy of the situation, it lowers your vibe, and it reflects poorly on you. No matter how valid your feelings are, it still reflects poorly on you. When you do react emotionally, when you yell at people, when you match their bad behavior, when you act really defensive, it comes across as immature and undisciplined, and it seems like you have something to prove. And elegant women understand that losing control doesn't solve anything. It just escalates conflict and it makes things worse, right? So more than anything, being an elegant woman means being able to handle challenges with grace. Those people who lash out and yell, they are often seen as insecure. They are often seen as unstable. They are often seen as undisciplined. And having that stoicism and that class, it gives you so much more respect. And so the difference between acting elegantly and not acting elegantly is all in the pause. Do you choose to pause for a second and think about what you're gonna say, how you're gonna act, how you're gonna respond? Are you responding to the situation thoughtfully, or are you simply just reacting? It's about taking a breath, gathering your thoughts, and choosing your words with intention, choosing your actions with intention. Reacting, on the other hand, is impulsive, it's emotionally charged, and it makes you lose control of the situation, and it takes your power from you in that situation, right? The person who stays calm and stoic in conflict usually has the power position. Now, I'm not saying that you can't be vulnerable and express your emotions to those you are very close with and that you trust. I am talking about like out in the world. Like when the barista at Starbucks messes up your order, or the random woman in the parking lot yells at you or something. How are you gonna react in those situations? And the way that you react, do you just react or do you intentionally respond? That'll determine whether you show up with elegance and class or whether you do not. One of my best friends just had this interaction. She just got back from a trip and she was leaving the airport. And I guess she kind of approached one of the doors to leave the airport at the same time as someone else with all of her luggage, trying to balance everything. Some other woman was trying to get through that door at the same time. And this woman immediately snaps at her and yells at her. She was like, "Do you not see me? I'm right here, hello." And my friend, who's so graceful, so elegant, just remains calm and remains kind and says, "Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I didn't see that you were there. Please let me help you." And then that other woman was just confused and didn't know how to react to that because she was expecting someone to come at her with that same energy. Speaking calmly, even in the face of anger, commands more respect than raising your voice ever will. One of the best tricks with this is to always assume positive intent in the other person, at least at first. And this keeps you acting kind and graceful and elegant. Sometimes people act poorly, not because of anything that you did, but because they are having their own stresses and their own problems. Maybe they are having a really challenging day. Maybe that woman at the airport had some really terrible news earlier in the day. You don't know. Something that I always say when people are driving like crazy and like being chaotic on the road, instead of getting mad, the funny thing that I think is, oh, they must really have to poop. It instantly lightens the situation and my anger is gone. Or maybe their wife is in labor at the hospital and they're trying to get to her. One of the best tricks to staying calm and gentle is assuming good intent in other people. The most elegant women know that true power comes from self-control, not trying to overpower and control others. And emotional poise doesn't mean that you just allow everyone to walk all over you. It means standing firm while maintaining your composure, while maintaining your grace. When you let other people dictate your energy and your behavior, that is when you know that you have stepped out of your power. Now, the next habit of elegant and classy women is that they have discretion when it comes to sharing personal matters. Elegant women know when to speak, and they also know when to stay silent about certain things. Not everything needs to be shared. Not everything needs to be public knowledge, whether it's family drama or your financial situation or your relationship struggles, your intimate struggles. First of all, this can just be straight up disrespectful to the other people involved, but also you don't need other people in your business and in your struggles. Sometimes it might be tempting to vent or overshare, and especially in the age of social media, sometimes you will see people on their Instagram stories just be like, "Oh, my husband and I got in another fight again." To be an elegant woman, that is not something that you should just be sharing with the world. Now, I'm not saying that you can never share any of your vulnerabilities, any of your struggles, but that is reserved only for your inner circle. That does not need to be public knowledge, and that does not need to be spread to anyone who wants to listen to you. And I would even argue to be very careful even when sharing your struggles with your inner circle. It's not that you shouldn't allow yourself to be vulnerable sometimes. We have to be able to have that like deep connection with other people. That's what we need as humans. We need that community. But do not overly share your struggles, because then people start to see you and perceive you based off of those struggles. And for example, something like your relationship, especially if you are married, some things in your marriage should stay private. If you are having a fight with your partner, I know that sometimes we want to like vent to our girlfriends and, maybe complain about our partner for doing this one thing that's annoying. But oftentimes they only have one side of the story, and then they will start to judge your partner negatively when they don't even actually understand what's going on. So having discretion doesn't mean that you have to be secretive with everything. It just means being intentional and thoughtful about what you share and who you share those things with. I will say that having some discretion can leave you with a little bit of that like air of mystery, which can be captivating and, come off as elegant, but it's mostly about protecting yourself and creating boundaries and having a little bit of self-respect and keeping things on a more positive, elegant, high vibe note. And having this discretion, it reflects emotional maturity, it commands respect, it protects your relationships and the things that are very sacred to you, and it preserves your dignity and your reputation. Now, habit number 5 is that elegant women steer conversations with intention. So they do not participate in low vibe, low quality conversation. So that means no gossiping, no constant complaining, and they can help to guide these conversations to better topics, or if it's not going to go in that direction, they can exit the situation. Gossiping and constant complaining is one of those things where you can easily pick up on someone when you're having a conversation, whether they have an elegant spirit to them or whether they do not. And that person who gossips, they'll come off as low energy, low vibe, but also people don't want to trust them. Even if they don't realize it consciously, people won't feel comfortable trusting them. Because here's the thing, when you're having a conversation with someone and they are always talking negatively and gossiping about other people, you better believe that when you leave that situation, when you leave that conversation, that they are now going to do that same thing about you to other people. Being a part of gossip or these kind of conversations, it reflects poorly on you and it makes you seem insecure. And again, like you lack discipline, you lack structure, you lack emotional discipline. But when you avoid gossip and when you avoid just like these negative, low vibe conversations in general, you create a space of trust and positivity that people naturally respect and people naturally admire. All right, so an elegant woman knows how to gracefully steer a conversation. So for example, if you're talking to someone and they are just constant complaining about work and how much they hate it, you can validate that feeling and you can say, that must be tough, but it's almost the weekend. What are you looking forward to doing this weekend? It's just a subtle shift that uplifts the conversation without making the person feel like invalidated, right? So you validate and you listen, but then you ask a follow-up question that directs the conversation elsewhere. And classy women in conversation, they are good listeners. They are not just waiting for their turn to talk. They are actually listening. They're not constantly interrupting. They're making others feel seen and heard. When you make people feel good in conversation and when you focus on remaining overall positive and intentional and thoughtful with your conversation, people will remember this. You leave a lasting impression and people are drawn to people who uplift them. And this is a skill that I believe elegant women have. Now, the next habit, number 6, elegant women have self-restraint. Now, of course, we can talk about self-restraint in regards to many different topics, but I'd also like to focus this on having self-restraint when consuming alcohol. The way you carry yourself when you are drinking is a direct reflection of your self-control and your class. If you are overindulging to the point where you start to get really loud and you start to yell and you're slurring your words or you're becoming messy, like that can instantly diminish your elegance. So staying composed and in control of what you are doing and in control of how you are acting, it makes sure that you're presenting yourself well, yes, but it also makes sure that you don't regret anything later. So here's the thing, if you choose to consume alcohol, first of all, know your limits. You don't need more than 1 or 2 drinks. You just don't. But really pay attention to how you feel and how different drinks affect you and be aware of these things. And sip your drink slowly. Elegant women do not need to just like chug their drinks, right? Let yourself enjoy the experience of having a drink, and this also makes sure that you don't overindulge or drink too quickly. And if you choose to drink something like red wine, for example, make sure that your teeth are not getting just like all gross and like really red. Make sure that you don't have like red wine lips, you have like that stain around you, because that is not cute. And just like choosing drinks that aren't too messy, you know, like sometimes those sugary cocktails with like the sticky rims, like it just can get a little bit messy. And of course, just stay aware. Be aware of your surroundings, be mindful of how you feel, be mindful of your surroundings, be mindful of the other people you're with, and all of this just ensures that you are handling yourself appropriately. The truth is that having self-restraint and having self-discipline is a huge part of elegance, and it immediately differentiates people who are seen as classy and people who are not seen as very classy. And once alcohol comes into the picture, all of this can be seen pretty clearly. So keep it classy. The next habit of classy and elegant women is that they have generosity and warmth, and they know how to treat people. They treat service workers with respect. They are kind to those around them. They tip generously. Tipping well is a reflection of your abundance and your gratitude. And remember that whatever you spend, it always comes back to you. Money is a current. It is always circulating. That is why they call it currency. And elegant, classy women are not stingy with their money and not stingy with showing that gratitude. But most importantly, elegant women avoid mean girl energy. Mean girl energy is just not classy. It is just not elegant. Again, gossiping, not elegant. Being condescending and rude, not elegant. Acting entitled, not elegant. The most elegant women are the women who uplift others and include others and are warm and generous with others. They compliment other people. They make other people feel seen. When you treat people with respect and kindness, it shows that you are secure in yourself, and an elegant woman is secure in herself. Mean girl energy and being low vibe is just so not classy, and I don't know how to reiterate this enough. Like, we always see this, the people who are mean, the people who bully, they are always the ones who are the most insecure and the ones who are hurting the most. So if you want to be elegant, don't be that mean girl. Don't be stingy. Compliment others, show gratitude to others, be warm and generous with others. And lastly, elegant women have confidence without arrogance. They do not need to boast about all of their accomplishments and everything that they've done. They let their presence and their actions speak for themselves. they are not always trying to prove themselves because, again, they are secure in who they are. There is no reason to be arrogant when you have nothing to prove. Being arrogant is rooted in that insecurity. It's when you are loud and boastful and constantly talking and yelling about yourself. It's shutting other people down to put the focus back on you. It's being dismissive of others or condescending toward others and putting the attention back on you to feel superior. But true confidence, on the other hand, is calm, it's quiet, it's self-assured. True confidence does not require external validation. And here's something to remember. Confident women inspire others. Arrogant women alienate others. So if you want to embody elegant, quiet confidence, then avoid the need to prove yourself. Elegant women do not have to constantly compete for attention. They do not need to constantly explain themselves. They trust in who they are and they let their work, their actions, their energy speak for itself. And again, what do you have to prove when you already know that you are worthy, when you have already done the inner work? And once you start seeking approval, once you start seeking validation in other people, once you start chasing, once you have that desperate energy, you will no longer feel elegant or polished. So how to not be arrogant? 1, listen more than you talk. Arrogant people tend to dominate conversations, but confident people actually listen and they genuinely engage with others. Number 2, share without boasting. You should absolutely be proud of your accomplishments, and it doesn't mean that you shouldn't ever talk about them, but you can share them humbly. Instead of saying, I'm the best at this and I did this and I did that, you can say, this is something that I've worked really hard on and I'm proud of. And number 3, again, celebrate others. Do not be afraid to uplift other people in their accomplishments. It shows that you are secure in yourself and confident in yourself. When you know that someone else's success doesn't diminish your own, that is when you have class. Your energy will speak for itself and people will be drawn to you. Now, remember when I said how having emotional poise under conflict and not reacting and yelling and all of that is one of the most important things that you can do to be a classy woman? Well, I have a video on that very topic. It's called How to Master Your Emotions, and I highly recommend that you go check it out and watch it if you haven't already. It's a very helpful video for not just immediately reacting to your triggers and being like a reactive person. So I'll see you over there, or I'll just see you next time in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.